What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today we have a timeless icon in the box. It is the Lexus LFA from Hot Wheels. Yeah, it took us a really long time to get here and get this casting from Hot Wheels, but it is finally here. So let's see if they've done a good job and if it is worth adding to your collections. As always, we'll get things started by looking at our casting here. And proportionally speaking, I am very happy to say it looks pretty good and pretty solid. I have no beef whatsoever with anything here. Scaling, I will say, is not true 1/64th. I would say it's probably 1/63rd scale. So definitely still going to look good in your collection and going to fit in just nicely. But if you are a true 1/64th scale like addict, it has to be true 1/64 scale, then yeah, this one is a little bit on the large side, but definitely not obnoxious or anything like that. When we go ahead and break the casting itself down, almost everything you're going to see here painted in white, that is going to be die-cast metal. Very, very solid here. This section here, these two little vents, I think are a piece of the window. It's a little tough. They are texturized, so it could be, you know, a detailed piece maybe of the base sticking through or the interior, but I think they're a piece of the window, actually. We do get mirrors on this casting. They are a little bit blocky, but nothing like too bad. They look very nice. The rear wing is up on this particular casting, and it is plastic as well. It looks okay. It does not match perfectly the colors, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's all right. All of our body lines are going to be replicated quite nicely, I would say. I don't really have any drastic issues with anything here. This stuff is meshed in. This appears to be either a section of the base or the interior. And then we do have this sections up here that have also been meshed in quite nicely. These in the back as well, meshed in very nicely. The base is metal, which should not be much of a surprise, but this exhaust and diffuser section is going to be the only section that you actually see when the car is just kind of in a static stance here. For our paint and deco, this is what we get. What you see is what you get here, really. We have a very nice, simple white paint job. Nothing really else to say. There's no metal flake or anything to it. It's a simple enamel. Ever so slight hint of orange peeling, as is pretty much typical whenever Hot Wheels gives a car just a plain white paint job at this point. You just sometimes get that orange peel. Mine not so bad here, so definitely keep your eyes out for that when you're going to buy this one. That way you don't get one with a horrible, horrible example. Red interior as well, which is an interesting note. Not really my favorite, but I kind of get the aesthetic of it, and I'm pretty sure that's a real combination that you could get. But I am very much looking forward to see what more decos this casting has to offer. Moving into our details, let's go ahead and get a closer look here. So getting started up front, we do have two tampos for our headlights. They are pretty solid. They have some nice depth to them. They look pretty good in my opinion. You get a little black tampo line here, which kind of gives us that tiny little vent here that is present on the LFA. You get a Lexus logo there. This grill has all been tampoed in as well as this one, but this one is actually like a cutout, so that one has a little bit more depth to it, looks a little bit more realistic. On the hood here, like I said, these have either been tampoed in or something. Like they are, I think, a piece of the window in all honesty. It's so tough to tell though because they are just a little bit small. Down the sides here, you get a reflector there. You get 10-spoke wheels, no chrome or anything. I wish they would have either been black or chrome, one of the two. Whenever they're just kind of this plasticky look, it's a little disappointing. You get the F here on the side. That is about it for the tampos on the side. You do get a door handle here, though. I'm not sure if that's a tampo or if that's just casted in. Other than that, though, this little intake here do get tampo treatment, which is pretty solid. Making your way to the rear, you do get two taillights, which look good. A Lexus logo here. This little black trim piece gets a tampo. LFA logos. And this whole entire, like, rear venting system, that is also going to be tampoed in. This section here, the license plate, is actually a piece of the base. As you'll notice, there is no rivet back here in the rear, and that's because this piece is what's holding it together. This license plate section kind of molds into the body here, up and through kind of deal. Exhaust does not get any tampo work done to it, which is a bit of a shame, bit of a bummer for sure. Interior, did mention it was red, and that's about only thing that there is to mention about it is that it is red. Moving into our roll test, this one rolls very smoothly, unlike the Matchbox LFA. Yeah, sorry, just cleared my throat there a little bit. Anywho, putting it on the scale, it comes out to be 50.19 grams, so it has some very serious heft to it, which gives it a good heavy feel as well, nice and premium. Pros and cons. The biggest pro is going to be the casting itself. I think it has been done quite well, and it is perhaps they learned some things from Matchbox's mistakes, because the Matchbox one, while okay, wasn't amazing. Yeah, I think that Hot Wheels probably took some of their data and the feedback of that one and used it to improve their own. And I like that it has the wing up to kind of differentiate it from the Matchbox casting. So yeah, casting itself, done very, very nicely. That's a big pro. The other big pro I'm going to say is the details on this one. They seem to have really done a pretty good job. None of the tampos are misaligned or anything like that. That is a big win in my book. For the cons, as much as I would like to say there are no cons, there is definitely one, and I did kind of touch on it a little bit. Now, while my example is pretty safe, except for the roof section ever so slightly, I have seen some with absolutely abysmal levels of orange peel on the paint. And that, like I said, whenever they paint a car just plain white like this, it seems to be a common trend that it gets that orange peel to it. Not really sure what causes that, but it is definitely something you want to look out for before you buy this one. For some budget-friendly comparisons, here we have it with the Lexus LFA Nürburgring Edition from Tomica Premium, and we have the Matchbox Lexus LC 500. And here we have it with some more like semi-premium level Lexus models here, with the Lexus LFA from DCT models over there on your left, and the Lexus LC 500 from Aerocar over here on your right. With all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and find an overall analysis here. Does this one live up to the hype? Absolutely it does. I think that this one really, people might not have had great expectations because the Matchbox one was a bit of a miss. And I think that this one actually went beyond what they were expecting. And yeah, it's been tough to find on pegs because of that, I would say. Great job there. Value. So this one is a car culture, which means you can still find it at certain stores for like $750, somewhere around that range. And yeah, that's about where I would say it is worth. It is pretty solid on the value there. Nothing really crazy to talk about. When it comes to the feedback, there have been a few little nitpicks from some gripes from others, but on the whole, the feedback seems to be mostly positive. And for that reason, I would say, yeah, pretty solid there. So, when we kind of go over all of this, am I going to give this one a recommendation? I would say maybe. So, the DCT, which is a very premium, not a very premium, but a fairly premium model, is only like $3 more than this. And in some cases, like that orange one that you saw in the comparisons, I actually got that one for $6 free shipping. So that one was actually cheaper than this. So if you are not a big fan of ordering online, I would say, yeah, go ahead and grab this because it's probably going to be the easiest way for you to get a good LFA into your collection. However, there are other LFA options out there for sure that are a little bit better. And so it's kind of going to be up to you. Do you want the Hot Wheels branding? Do you want the wing up that kind of differentiates it from other LFA castings? Something to think about for sure. For me, I'm still going to recommend it because it'll be fun to collect, especially I like the wing up being different. I don't have any other LFAs that are just standard non-Nürburgring editions with the wing up. So for that reason, I would recommend, but I can see why you might pass. Alrighty guys, that is all I have for this review. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you are new, and do not forget to leave your thoughts about this particular model in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.